we definitely want to take the time out as well. Give a special thanks to the volunteers and the corporate staff. Phenomenal job from making sure everything from the sound, the audio, the facilitating, the seating, everything that needed to be done. Again, guys, it's just phenomenal and outstanding to know that this type of leadership exists, not only just from the founders, the owners, the shareholder base, but also to know that it exists from the corporate staff, that it exists from the volunteers. It exists from those that have taken time out of their schedule to make sure that things were so eloquently put together. It was a sense of security. It was a sense of comfort. It was the right environment for a family business environment, guys. So found and thankful for all that took the opportunity to come out and embark and embrace the opportunity to celebrate our 1-year anniversary, guys, here with the Inspire Network. Again, my name is Shawn Robinson, the voice here with the Inspire Network, and we're just excited, guys. I will be getting this communication started here roughly in about 2 minutes, guys, so you will have a phenomenal opportunity to make sure that you continue to invite your guests, prospects, and also your own distributor base. We also now know that individuals are actually dialing in on behalf of other companies, entities, and organizations. So it's a phenomenal place that we're in right now. Welcome to the call, leaders. Welcome to the call. All right. Once again, we want to welcome you guys here onto the Vision Casting Call. This is Shawn Robinson, the voice, here with the Inspire Network. We have so many individuals that will be actually what's called like a re-grand opening. It's called a celebration of the anniversary being celebrated. We do want to welcome those leaders that have continuously decided to dial in to 641-552-9090. We want to continuously thank you so much for partnering up here with us. We will be getting started here in about 30 more seconds or so. I also want to thank those individuals that have actually taken the time to actually listen in through the audio feed as well. There's so many ways to continue to absorb the information here that will be shared onto the Vision Casting Call. And this particular communication that you're going to hear on this particular platform for the very first time, guys, you are going to get a snapshot. You're going to get a sneak peek of what is to come for Menstrual Hygiene Day, guys. And you have to get excited about this. Why? Because we've already crossed over to 40 independent events that will be going on all throughout the country and now internationally, with Jamaica having its very own Menstrual Hygiene Day, guys. So what's going to happen is you guys are going to get an opportunity here onto the Vision Casting Call to understand and appreciate just exactly what's going on and happening here with the Inspire Network. But one of the things we want to make sure that you guys are aware of, there is a website, the NowWeKnow.net website, and that is NowWeKnow.net. You do want to make sure that you put that particular website in your archives, in your notes, so you can find yourself being able to go back to that website. And also, it'll give you an opportunity to understand and appreciate a lot of the language and terminology that you will hear throughout this entire presentation and communication. And again, my name is Shawn Robinson here, the voice with the Inspire Network. And a lot of times people are not quite familiar with the story and how we came about and when we were established here as the Inspire Network. But we were established actually November of 2016. And at that time, it was a concept. You know, at that time, we were just in the midst of not even having a name, if you would, but to a point to where it was enough peak interest there to allow 4 men, and those 4 men, which was our founders and owners, Mr. Spencer Iverson, our CEO. We also had Mr. Joel Medina, the COO, and of course our Director of Training and Field Development, Mr. Demond Plum, and Mr. Demond Coleman, our Global Director of Sales. Now, these 4 men independently have been super successful not only in the direct sales industry, but in their own rights, being featured in businessforhome.org independently with their own success. Along with that, phenomenal opportunities of leadership being exemplified from Mr. Spencer Iverson, having his very own 7 to 8 year old spiritual and motivational communication that takes place on each and every Monday morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then Mr. Joel Medina orchestrates so much as well. But on a public platform, you're able to listen to the Medinas actually on each and every Thursday night as they do a all-Spanish, a all-Spanish connected with Mrs. Chris Medina, as they do a phenomenal job with all Spanish training, as she is our Director of Training and Field Development for the Latino market. Then, of course, Mr. Demond Crump, guys, this young man has an 11-year-old leadership communication that takes place each and every Friday morning, known as the Inspirational and Motivational Coffee Shop Call. And, of course, what can we say about Mr. Demond Coleman? And, again, each of these guys, seven-figure income earners, owners in business prior to the Inspire Network, and just being the Global Director of Sales Supervisionary. He is the relations specialist, guys. Just really taking an opportunity on a public platform to have two different communications as well. One on a Wednesday night sales training call each and every Wednesday night, and of course a institutional training call. Now here with the Inspire Network, we actually have a home office. We are located in Atlanta, Georgia, guys. Phenomenal opportunity when you do take your time to do your research and appreciate just exactly what's going to happen. Now, here with the Inspire Network, we have a few missions here, guys. One is obviously to make sure that we continue to educate and inform the women and men, guys, regarding the potential harmful effects of, the sanitary napkins and tampons. For those that do not know, it's a lot of discovery, if you would, that has been brought to the carpet most recently, and most of the time you do hear about the problems, but here with the Inspire Network and the NowWeKnow.net campaign and foundation that is sweeping the globe, you get an opportunity to finally have a solution for a problem that's actually been around for decades and decades, guys. But we also hear, our mission, and one of the things that we will get accomplished and already getting it done with a little over 25,000 customers that are already going to distributors' websites and our organizations and actually finding themselves getting an opportunity to experience the product. But we want to make sure that we're able to introduce to young women a pleasant monthly cycle experience, and that comes from so many facets, guys. First of all, having a very soft, most comfortable and dry sanitary napkin in the world, along with that creating an ambiance of when that fabulous flow come around, we want them to be able to enjoy that experience by doing things such as having an actual cherished boutique where they can actually go in and make a purchase in a store environment, and again, continuously be able to order online, which we know that's where so many people are going to even do their shopping, guys. We understand that people do most of their purchasing in an online platform. But the other thing that really is touching to me and so many of the other leaders is that we are actually partnering up with community organizers globally, guys. What we're doing is reaching out to event specialists. We're reaching out to nonprofits. We're reaching out to individuals, companies, entities, businesses, and also independent business owners that really want to find themselves in a position to give back to the community. We've been able to go down with the aftermath of what took place in the Houston area and actually give back, because one of the things that we've learned, understood, and had an opportunity to appreciate is that we have something here, that again, the awareness of the menstrual hygiene day is so profound and fitting for all that we do. But one of the things, tragedy, whether it be a high-income marketplace, low-income marketplace, we've actually had an opportunity to test this particular product throughout a phenomenal focus group sampling process, along with collecting surveys. And what we found is that people, in regards to the women, their cycles still go on, regardless of what's taking place economically and/or any tragic scenarios and situations But a couple other things a lot of people are not familiar with as you find yourself understanding just exactly who we are with the Inspire Network and via the Now We Know and Right to Fight campaign. We were actually featured on several entities that helped validate just exactly what helps people make what we know. I mean, a $35 decision, guys, to really partner up with the best. And one of the things we were able to get done was we caught the attention of Kathy Ireland, who even was featured on the Kathy Ireland show, which aired all throughout the world, Bloomberg and WeTV. We were actually on Modern Living Kathy with Kathy Ireland, which was a phenomenal accomplishment. But one of the things that stood out to me, Shawn Robinson, the voice, and all of our partners here, was that we were able to go onto the set, and typically in this type of environment, there's called a lot of takeovers. There's a lot of redos and retakes. Because of our mission-driven people's spirit and concept and the transparency of Mr. Spencer Iverson, Mr. Joel Medina, Mr. Damon Crump, and Mr. Damon Coleman, which collectively has 50 years of winning MLO experience outside of the Inspire Network as well, was that they were able to fluently get on there, and actually the producers and the camera crew was just amazed and kind of rolling on, if you would, to which should have normally been about a 30-minute set, continuously went on for a little over an hour and 10 minutes. And was just validating to know that what we're doing here with the Inspire Network, of course, being able to accomplish $6 million in sales as well within a one-year time period, outstanding in its own. But when you're capturing the attention of individuals such as a Kathy Ireland who's worth $500 million, guys, it definitely makes sense. We were also featured at businessforhome.org. When we were featured in that particular article, you can actually go there. The live feed is still continuous, guys. And we didn't just kind of stick our toe in it, if you would, leaped out the old faith, because one of the things that we are targeting and on track to do in 2018 is $50 million in revenue sales. That is our projections for 2018. And you heard me talk about the Cherish Boutiques. So along with that and our 26,000 plus current active distributors and our organizations have already partnered up with us, we are well on our way to getting that accomplished, and so many other things that allow us to do that, which also leads us to our nutraceutical line and products as well, which you can see by going to the InspireNetwork.com website. Now, this particular article is profound, guys, and we also had an opportunity at one of our regional events having such a it just really captured the attention of some high-quality individuals. One in particular, the senior editor of Essence magazine. This particular young lady who hosted the entire event with pride and really found herself gravitated to exactly what was going on. She had just came off of being at Oprah Winfrey's home for a phenomenal event as well. But this is the type of people that are attracted to exactly what we're doing here with the Inspire Network through our awareness campaigns and events that are actually sweeping the globe. Now, one of the things some people are sitting back saying, they say, well, Shawn, this sounds great. Well, what makes the Inspire Network and our Now We Know .net Foundation .net different on the right to fight? One in particular, and you have to continuously get excited. We have a Now We Know Foundation, guys. Yes, it is official. We are finding ourselves as we continue to see just exactly the form that it's going to be used in. But you're talking about having an opportunity to help a young lady in need in regards to suffering from the harmful effects of the sanitary napkins and tampons, maybe being out of work, an issue with her utility bills, getting their children, a child through college. But that foundation is there in place and active. And it's thought enough of from the leadership to do so. But one of the other things that we do as well, we actually conduct focus groups all throughout the country, guys, and internationally. We're doing it in a form to where people are comfortable doing it at home. These are taking place at hotels, churches, mosques, all around the world, guys. These awareness events are taking place. You can actually find more information or specific addresses by going to the InspireNetwork.com website. And again, for those that are actually new to finding out what exactly has been going on with the Inspire Network, after being open for business with a custom portal after 1 year, we've also spoken to existence and have some campaign-funded 5K walk-runs and events as well. We're talking about basketball tournaments coming up right here in Orlando, guys. We've already had one 5K walk run, and then of course in Atlanta, guys, our inaugural 5K walk run, where almost 1,000 people came out to show the support, and there's already cities and countries on the calendar to be added for a 5K walk run. And keep in mind, the other thing as well that keeps the differential with the Inspire Network through our Now We Know and Right to Fight campaign. In fact, I have a hashtag. I actually say, Now We Know Our Right to Fight. But we're a solution-driven campaign, and we kind of keep that concept going just to make sure that we have created something where it answers to women's monthly challenges, guys. And we know that these challenges exist, and one of the ways that we do that is a phenomenal product known all throughout the world as the cherished premium sanitary napkin. I want to thank you so much for dialing in to 641-552-9090. You do want to make sure that you get back to the person that invited you onto this phenomenal communication. The purpose of this particular communication is to do three things, guys. Is to bring the awareness. We really don't care if you partner up with us or not, but we do care that you share the information that we know has been beneficial to at least 20,000 customers that we currently have. This particular product is known as the most comfortable and driest pad on the market. So get back to the person that invited you. We also want to remind you to make sure that you go to the website, NOWWENO.net. NowWeKnow.net, so you can find yourself acclimated with a very short 5-minute video, and also understand the terminology and get an opportunity to see our 8-layer sanitary napkin as well. And of course, for those that are looking to find out when is the next event in a city, state, and or country near you, you do want to make sure you go to the InspireNetwork.com website. You want to go over to the Opportunities tab and come down to the events. We have several events going on all throughout the country, guys. And once again, we want to thank you so much for dialing in to 641-552-9090. This is Shawn Robinson, the voice. Take care, God bless, and always be inspired.